here.
Take out the telepath first.
Welcome back to my series, Pokemon Versus. Today we're doing episode 2, where we're going to have the infamous Emma Frost versus just one old Sableye. Originally, this script was meant to be more of a Pokemon versus all telepaths, but I figured it would be easier to dumb it down to just one at a time, so that way I could avoid using legendary Pokemon, because I think that's cheap unless it's 100% needed. Plus, I have more fun making these this way. This one's going to be a pretty short one due to the fact that I think this is one of those matchups that I think is pretty easy pickings for Sableye here. Emma Frost's main means of combat are her psychic abilities, which are pretty powerful, don't get me wrong, and her diamond form. Luckily for us, Sableye here doesn't really have much to worry about in either of the categories, due to its typing being Ghost and Dark type. The Dark type giving it an immunity to most, if not all, of her psychic abilities, or at the very least a resistance to them, leaving her with the primary means of defending herself being the diamond form, which is a pretty strong form. It's even capable of taking few hits from characters like the Hulk, but sadly I don't think it'll be too much help here, because the main part of Sableye's diet is gemstones, which last time I checked, diamonds do fall under said category. Not to mention the Ghost type, which gives it just an outright immunity to physical hits. Now, I know I say physical hits, but I'm kind of stretching the definition here a little bit, because literally it gives you an immunity to fighting type attacks, and I think punching and kicking counts as fighting type attacks. So I'm going to assume that it's a fighting. It would fall under the classification of fighting type moves, which Sableye is outright immune to. Now, I think he's got this pretty easily, but for the sake of just going all in here, if the fighting type moves that Emma uses, the punch and kicks, count as rock type moves, are going to give it a Mega Stone, so my boy here can Mega Evolve to give it an extra boost in power, and the ability Magic Bounce. A Magic Bounce reflects all status moves back to the user, which I think is going to be pretty helpful given that he's fighting a Psychic here, a Telepath, And for the moves, we're going to give it Will-O-Wisp to burn to lower the damage of those physical attacks, assuming they are rock types instead of fighting type moves. And, even though I don't think that matters much, and then we're going to give it the move Hex, which does bonus damage if the target has a status infliction, which is what the burn is for from Will-O-Wisp. We're going to give it Confuse Ray to further mess with her psychic abilities, and Dark Pulse for some extra damage.